And just starting to notice your breathing. Starting to just notice breath, starting to notice where the feet actually ground to the floor. Apparently it's Moon in Virgo at the moment, Virgo being an earth sign, so it's really useful to acknowledge that perhaps with our postures, whenever we are grounding down with feet, with hands, with forearms, with our backs, to perhaps have a moment of acknowledging the sense of earthing down, grounding down. Nice. Also a gentle reminder that we need to look after both our physical and our more spiritual and energetic needs. And I'd like to think our yoga practice caters for that. Thank yourself for showing up on the mat this morning. Now, even though it's easeful because we're perhaps at home anyway, it still takes effort and commitment. Perhaps you would like to set an intention. For us as a group, that sense of finding that connection between mind, body, and the heart. Let's start to visualize the breath moving up and down your spine. So exhale into your tailbone, and then inhale up to the top of the head, and then exhale down. Let's focus on the back. Let's focus on in and out of the nostrils, up and down the spine. Beautiful. Coming into a standstill. Let's chant an Om to start our group practice together. Let's exhale. Big inhale. Releasing the hands, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed and just come into Ujjayi breath. Now playing between that idea of effort and ease already in your Ujjayi breath. So yes, you want to hear it, but you don't want to scrunch up the throat. It's still looking for a soft and a smooth feeling and sound. Let's start with salutations, and we dissect the salutation for the first round. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, and just reaching up, feeling the palms touching each other, feeling the shoulders draw down and the heart lifting. That's beautiful. Good. Get a connection to your physical body with the use of the breath. Let the air travel up and down now, the whole front of the body, up from the toes, down the back. The gaze is up if you can. Now inhale here, look up. Exhale, come forward. Take your hands forward or to the side. Make this a very slow forward fold. We're staying here in that forward fold Uttanasana. So if your hands come to the next to the feet, keep them there. Maybe they just dangle. Beautiful. Half lift, inhale, looking forward. Let's stay here. If your hands don't get to the floor, bring them to the shins. But feel what happens here. Open the chest. That's it. Beautiful. You've all practiced before. You feel into a halfway lift. Nice, Megan. Let this be felt in the backs of the thighs, your hamstrings. And then inhale, looking up again. Exhale, one leg and then the other leg steps back, down dog. And then inhale into a high plank. Let's stay in high plank. Beautiful. If it's too long, bring your knees down, but otherwise draw the belly in. Beautiful. Energy back through the heels. And you want to lift off the earth here. Let's all come forward. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale the knees down. Inhale, lift the chest. Bring your elbows towards your hips and slowly lower. Beautiful. Cobra on the inhale for the first one. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. And we're just going to walk the hands back to the feet. Ease the load on the wrist a little. And we're walking our knees. So bending the knees, one knee bend, one knee straight. You can make this a bit more expressive if you like. And then slowly coming back into downward facing dog. Take the hands as wide as your mat. Shorten the distance if you need to. Keep moving. So we're going to inhale onto the tippy toes. Exhale onto the heels. Yes, just finding stillness in that gentle rocking motion. Beautiful. 2 more of those. Warming up, inviting in the new energy of the new week. It's still exciting. It's still a new week. Last exhale here. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump. Halfway lift, inhale again. Exhale, floating forward, Uttanasana. Strong legs come all the way up. You can bend your knees, reach the way we started, and exhale to release. Close down your eyes, come back into Ujjayi breath. Kudos to you all for embracing a new format of receiving a yoga practice and a different environment. Yeah, this is your home. There's different distractions, sounds, smells. Beautiful. Open your eyes again, second round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come forward. Maybe the arms to the side because you've got the space at home. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale into high plank and a slow chaturanga. Good. Make it plank-like. The knees can come down. Open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog for 1. Welcome to step the feet in. I'm going to have a little look. For 2, lifting from the belly. For 3, just enjoy what you're doing. Celebrate that you've made the commitment. For 4, lift. Exhale, fold. Strong legs come up. Inhale, slow it down. And exhale to release. Good. 1 last round in A, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, come forward. Make this an Ujjayi breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, down dog. High plank, inhale, and a slow chaturanga, maybe hovering. And then open up, cobra or up dog, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog for 1. You're always encouraged to come into tabletop or come into child's pose. If that's too much, on the shoulders, on the wrists, move at your own pace. Good, wrestle upper arms rolling outwards. That means the triceps move in towards each other. Beautiful. Oh, I see the jumpers are coming off. We're warming up. Last exhale. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, coming forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Your deepest Uttanasana so far, and then strong legs come up. Inhale. Exhale, the right arm underneath the left Garudasana arms. Beautiful. Lift the elbows, palms away from the face. Inhale here, exhale, a chair pose. Good. And we just come into a gentle twist in the chair pose here. So inhale here, exhale, just tipping the elbows to the outside of the left, and then coming to a neutral, and then over to the right. Now monitor yourself. You don't want to wiggle the hips to the other side. So your buttocks and your knees stay in one line, and you just keep moving from left to right. It's not a huge twist. It's just teaching us to not move anything else other than our upper torso. Beautiful. And then coming up to standing. Inhale, coming up, and exhale to release. Let's do that again with the other side, Garudasana arms. Inhale. Exhale, left underneath the right. It's also to just check in with those shoulders, yeah? Modify as you need to, Deborah. Inhale here, exhale. And then again, a little wiggle. It's just a rotation. Notice where the rotation comes from. The toes, the knees point forward. The buttocks stay back. They don't wiggle with you. Beautiful. That's it, Anna. We're going into the twist, moving. Yeah, I can see everything. Last exhale and strong legs. Inhale, coming up. And exhale to release. Brilliant. Salutation B. Chair pose and stepping forward into warrior 1. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come forward. Enjoy what you're doing. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, back downward facing dog. High plank, don't speed up. Chaturanga can be on the knees. Open up, open the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left heel down, right leg forward. Inhale, bringing the arms up, and we're staying in our warrior position. Beautiful. Now this will keep those buttocks strong. So give me, the right leg is forward, the left leg is back. Engage that back buttock so that left hip flexor actually releases a little. And then we're lunging in, and you want to feel the strength. The foot is grounding down. That earth element is there.
Beautiful. And yet the chest faces forward and so do the hips. Palms not so strongly above the head, just a little forward. And the spine is long. I want this week to work on warrior one is not a back bend. The spine is actually long. Beautiful alignment there. Lovely. Nice, Deborah. Beautiful. Good, Julie. Good. And then we'll open out to warrior two. Inhale here, exhale, open out to the side. Yes, we all have to be those warriors and those goddesses in those times. And we have got this. We can claim this. We claim this space here. We lift, the inhalation lifts the front, the exhalation broadens the back. Doing well. Bonus points for an extra smile. Nice. We're coming into reverse warrior. Back hand just drops. Front arm reach up. Just facing the palm up. We're not in it just yet. See if you can just lunge into that front leg a little more. And then it's just taking that front arm up and you feel the side ribs opening like a fan, like an umbrella, like one of those fanny things. Beautiful. So there is your two lines of energy. That top hand reaches back, those right fingertips reach back, but the right knee reaches forward. We can do this. We can stay calm and just happy within and still a bit mad with the situation outside. It's all right. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, frame your foot, step back down, dog. Inhale, high plank. A beautiful chaturanga, let me see. Good. Open up once you're there, back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, and we'll just have a little wiggle in down dog before we step the left leg forward. Let us just sink in what has just happened here. We're looking for two lines of energy. So in your downward facing dog, the hands, the feet ground down, but the spine is long. The chest lifts. Becomes a different energy than if everything sinks down. Beautiful. Right heel in, left leg steps between the hands, and we just end up in warrior one. So take your time. Warrior one position, facing forward. There is energy in your back muscles because you want to draw the shoulders down, lift the heart. See if you can feel space between the ribs and the hips, as they say. Good. Arms up, legs back. Beautiful. Feel it. And then feel. Sometimes we tend to back bend a little, but the spine actually, and that makes it a little bit more easeful. The spine is long. There is a lightness in the upper body. Let me see into another screen. Beautiful. Good, Sabrina. Good. And then inhale here, exhale, open out to the side. Yeah. The front is open, the side. Yeah, I'll just sort of turn around so I can see the screen and I'm still on my left. Ta-da. Are you breathing? Inner smile, outer smile. Now again, we notice opposing energies. Left fingers forward, right fingers back. Hips downwards, ground down, hips up, lift up. And those opposing energies can live happily next to each other. Back hand, just let it rest. Front palm, just face it up. And then lunge into that front leg. Feel the strength. Feel that right buttock engaging and then reaching up like a fan. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. So if we do end up with, some upper respiratory unwellness, we have the tissue open here on the side. Serratus anterior is open. Beautiful. I mean, don't hold back. If you want to move back a little more, lunge into the front leg a little more. Beautiful. And then inhale, coming up. Exhale, frame your foot, step back, downward facing dog. Finish the salutation. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Beautiful. Open up, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Always with the option to pause. But let's feel into those opposing energies. Feet down, hands down, everything else lifts up. Feel your thighs engaging. So it's like whoosh, switching on. So the kneecap reaches up, spine is long. Head is hanging, you're not missing out on anything. Nothing fancy to see here. Last exhale, inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, step or jump between the hands. Halfway lift, look up.
Exhale, fold, and a chair pose to come up. And we stay in chair pose and we hold opposite elbow with opposite hand. And we bring our arms overhead. And yesterday we did this. We were just going to come into a back bend. So we stick our buttocks out. And then we draw our tailbone and our buttocks under. Yep. So it's like, do we have that movement skill that comes from the belly to tilt our pelvis when our knees are bent? Yeah. Inhale here, exhale, just dangle forward, Uttanasana. Did you notice which way you held your elbow? So the other forearm comes on top and the other one underneath. So let's do that now. And then coming up, chair pose. Good. And this time we just stay still. Whether you have your arms overhead here, whether your hold looks like this, doesn't matter. Yeah, it's different navigating a home practice when there is cats around and dogs around. Maybe someone is baking and the smell is, no? All right, wishful thinking. Let's come forward. Let's just wiggle. Wiggle your hips, wiggle your knees. Come back into present moment. So Uttanasana at home is so tempting to just go, what am I going to have for lunch? And then finding downward facing dog. Doing well, everyone. This is brilliant. Inhale, high plank, a little bit of strength. So shoulder and wellness, and you know who that is. Bring your knees down. Otherwise, let's just challenge yourself here. Good. But we make it with integrity. The hands push down, everything else lifts up. It's almost like you want to reach the ceiling. And then inhale here, exhale, knees down. Tuck the toes, child's pose. Beautiful. Physical rest. Physical rest, just a child's pose. That's it. Forward to the floor. Nice. Catch your breath. Catching your breath. But the idea here is to come back into Ujjayi breath. Nice. Nice. Practice your Ujjayi breath. I can't hear you, but I'd like you to hear yourself and go, okay, I'm going a little louder with my Ujjayi breath. And then I'm going to go a little quieter. And then I'm going to come back into downward facing dog. Yeah, let's move. Brilliant. We have yesterday flipped the dog, or we have at least attempted to flip the dog. Let's do that today as well, but we warm up for it. I think we already are. Left heel up, inhale. Bend at the knee, bend at the hip, and just open up. This has become one of our favorite postures. Yeah. Because we can have a little peekaboo through our left armpit area. Now let's play with this. Let's come onto the tippy toes of that right leg, that leg that's still on the floor, and then slowly bring it down. We're still in taking the dog to the bushes. If it's too much for your shoulders, come out or come onto forearms. Lifting onto tippy toes and then coming out. Try some more if you can, building that sense of stamina, but also that sense of softness going, too much for me, I release. And then coming out. Walking the feet forwards to the hands. Let's do something else in between. Good. Let's interlace the hands or just come into, so Sharon and Deborah, you may just want to come into aeroplane arms. And we bend the knees. But we stay very connected, very close with the chest and the thighs. If you can, it will look like this. Do what you can. So bend your hips, let the knees come forward. Oh, stretch out that lower back. Inhale here, exhale, coming forward. Beautiful. Walking back, downward facing dog. Listen and feel into it. There's nothing you can do wrong. If you do a different posture than I do, you still do yoga. Right heel, three-legged dog. Bend at the knee, bend at the hip, bring that knee up to the ceiling. Again, that little twist, looking up. Could you look through your right armpit area and see your right knee? Let me see. And then we play tippy toes. Inhale, exhale, heel comes down. Move with core awareness. Soft and smooth, rolling the upper arms outwards, looking good. Rest as you need to, otherwise two more. Feel into it. Oh, very nice. And then releasing, this time walking the hands backwards to the feet. Toe heel your feet together. And we're coming into a chair pose twist. Inhale. Oops. This bit. Yeah, it's warming up. Sabrina's warming up.
Chair pose, good. Inhale here, exhale. Prayer hands. We're going over to the left because that's closer to you. Left, so right arm to the outside of that left thigh. And it's almost a release here with that twist, isn't it? But remember what we practiced before, the buttocks don't go away, they stay in one line. Good, last exhale here, inhale coming all the way up. Good, nice, Andy and Michael standing up. Exhale, palms of the hands together again, and we're twisting to the other side. We're looking for the twist in the thoracic spine, and yet still the lengthening. Can you feel a lot of length between your shoulders and your ears? Where is your breath? Beautiful. In through the nose, out through the nose. We're still in the chair pose. Last exhale, inhale to come up, and exhale to release. Have a little pause, have a little look. We're going to go flipping that dog. So three-legged dog, knee up, and then we see if we can flip it behind. We lift the hips and we reach back. I'll talk you through. Let's come into downward facing dog again. Doing well. Always the option of a little rest. What are we going to do first? Left leg, left three-legged dog, inhale. Bend at the knee, bend at the hip, take that knee up to the ceiling. And then come onto tippy toes of the right foot. And then see if you can aim to just swivel over, back behind you, that top leg. Let it sit. Swivel on the ball of the foot. Lift the hips. Take the chest to the ceiling. Let your head go. Enjoy. Inhale here, exhale slowly with core awareness. Connect to breath, connect to bandhas. Back into down dog. The option of resting or going straight into the other side. Right heel. Let me see. Knee up to the ceiling. Come onto tippy toes, because that is giving us that little pivoting idea. You pivot on the left ball of the foot. That makes it safe. And then it's just one breath where you hover. You reach back behind you, wild thing. Beautiful. Coming back. When you're ready, if you wish to, could do each side one more time, or resting in child's pose. Let's just have a little snoozle. Otherwise, if you do it again, child's pose. Just a little child's pose rest here. Nice. There we go. There we go. Some of you do it again. Good. Keep the connection to the breath. Beautiful. Nice. Russell and Linda. They're doing yoga in unison. Nice, Lisa. Beautiful. Good. Good. Oh, lovely. Let's come to seated. Good work. Thumbs up. Ta-da. Oh, good. Cross-legged. Cross-legged. Yeah, let's do cross-legged. Lift and lengthen. Inhale, exhale, coming forward. Hands to the side. Coming forward with a straight spine. That was a strong transition. Well done. We're going to use this again, this flipping idea. Coming forward, all the way forward. Allow yourself to feel this in your buttocks, in your hips. Yep, heart forward, shoulders back. How's everyone going? Beautiful. Inhale, coming up. Exhale to release. We're crossing the other way. Good. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. You cross in a, you're comfortable here, but we lead with the heart. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward with a straight spine. Notice where this is challenging, opening, making space for you. Where? Maybe you stay here. Maybe that's enough. I feel this in my hamstrings already. Maybe you need to come further forward. Aha, what I'm seeing is the head is hanging. So see if you can have the neck in line with the rest of the spine. In through the nose, out through the nose. Beautiful. I'm just looking up so I can see you. Inhale to look up, and exhale to release. Let's sit, how can I explain it? Let's sit in deer pose. So it's a bit like pigeon. Let's all make it the right leg. So it looks similar. The right lower leg and the right upper leg is building a, what's that angle? A right angle. And so is your back leg. Can you see? Like antlers of a deer. And sometimes we call this deer pose. Yeah. So this angle here, lower leg to upper leg, is where the idea comes from. And then we're going to face forward. So you face your right knee, you lift and lengthen, inhale. It's a bit like side saddling up, you know, like, yeah. Lift and lengthen, inhale, and then exhale, let's come forward. A little bit of like pigeon. So where are we going to feel this? In our front outer thigh, yep. In our right buttock, if your right leg is at the front, you can come all the way forward. Maybe you have a prop and you kind of go, I could prop myself up, or I pop myself onto forearms. Yeah, yeah, that's it, that's it, that's it. You could let with there, Lisa. Okay, yep, yep. Yeah, no, it can be a strong pose. If this is not registering as strong for you, then you're welcome to go all the way forward. Just breathe there, seeing if we can do this. That 45-degree angle here, that right angle. Beautiful. Nice. And then we slowly come up to seated position again, checking those angles here, and then seeing if you can rotate away, rotate towards the right. That is only the right if your right leg is at the front. Otherwise, it's the other side. And just see if you can find an upright spine. You sink the hips down, you lift the chest, and you rotate away. Notice where that registers for you. Keeping the knees as relaxed as possible. Let me see. And we're just sitting here. And with our antlers, with our deer antlers, with our legs, we propped ourselves up onto fingertips, and we rotate the torso and the head to look over the right shoulder. Let me see. You're not missing out. Look over the right shoulder. Beautiful. Maybe we can fingertip a little more. Nice, Chris. Maybe a little more. That's it. That's it, Ainsley. Good. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Good. And then slowly, only very slowly, coming forward again. Coming back to our original position. Nice. And you could either swing the legs to the other side, or you could go windscreen vipers, and you're on the other side. So just, let's be clear. You're facing your right knee now. Your right knee is in front of you. Your lower leg forms a right angle. This hip out to the side, right angle. Ta-da! Ooh, and this side is different, isn't it? Lift and lengthen, inhale. And we just play with sitting here. So if this is challenging, nicely challenging enough, so Mark, you have to modify with your hip, then you could stay here. Otherwise, lift and lengthen, inhale. Can we come forward? Not rounding with a long spine. Where does this register? Maybe by now it comes into the front thigh, a bit like pigeon. Whew. I find this challenging enough. Nice, opening. So we're opening, the moment I say where, it's like, oh, I don't feel it there. No, we're stimulating the hips. Beautiful. So don't hold back. If you feel that you're making space in your body, this gives you a lovely physical challenge, a physical opening, then come all the way forward. A bit like pigeon. Let the hips relax though, let your buttocks relax, and still keep the connection to your bandhas. Maybe you're sitting up here and you're lovingly challenged. Let's breathe. Beautiful, beautiful. Nice, nice positions. Good there, Ainsley, nice. Feeling into it. I mean, this yoga practice at home really brings you into taking a little bit more responsibility for your practice. Like, okay, I have to really just trust that what I'm doing is correct, what I'm feeling is my guidance, my breath is my guidance, and then slowly take some connection to the belly and slowly come up. If that angle has veered a little, just make sure that angle is there, and then lift and lengthen, inhale, and we rotate away from our legs. So we rotate away towards the left this time. But the spine is long. And then notice where this goes. This is beautiful for the stimulation in the whole energy area and your hips. But it's also a beautiful twist. If the knees lift off the floor a little, let that happen. We're still looking over our left shoulder. Let me see. And we just breathe. Breathing in through the nose, the spine lengthens. Out through the nose, perhaps you can twist a little more. Making space in the hips. Beautiful setup, everyone. Lovely, lovely. Nice. Checking into another screen. Here we go. Ah, good. Yeah, see, it looks different for everyone. So, Anna, next time, you see how you're twisting towards your legs? We were twisting actually away from our legs. Beautiful. So let's just come into seated. There we go. You can stay for a little or you can come back. Now, let's see if this has helped us to perhaps come into a cross-legged forward bend again, or if you feel you want to challenge yourself in your double pigeon, then you're welcome to do so. Well, this is not how it was supposed to look, but this is all I can do. So if you wanted to, both lower legs are parallel towards each other. So it's like an ankle and the knee will be stacked. So if this was your lower legs, these were your lower legs, you could stack them like this. Yeah, I can't. I'm not that open in my hips. Yeah, and if you go, this is far out of my league, you just sit cross-legged. Yeah, and then we're going to come forward again. Lift and lengthen, inhale, exhale, coming forward. So this is useful. The ideal lifts off ankle and knee, and here ankle and knee. And then this, I'm sort of, my left hip draws me back already here. So don't hold back, long spine, you can come forward. And when we affect our hips, we affect our lower back. And we affect everything else. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Stay present, stay with me, stay with the breath. Stay with the breath. Allow this to happen, allow the feeling to be there. If you're fully stacked, lower leg on lower leg, then don't hold back, all the way forward. Notice, feel into your restrictions here and breathe into it. Make space for that new energy. And for the ability, as I said before in previous classes, the ability to stay happy and to stay joyful within. This doesn't mean we approve of the situation around us. Last exhale here, from your belly, inhale, slowly, mindfully, notice the release, let's come out. Oh, beautiful, other side. Yeah, if your body says enough, you can simply sit cross-legged and come forward like that. And even then we notice a difference. These deer positions are useful. No, this is a different angle, different ideas. So again, knee, ankle, and then coming forward. Yeah, a lot of sitting these days, isn't it? Whew. Breathe into it. Nice. Let it happen. I'm going to get off and just have a little closer look at some of you. Nice. So inhale, we still want to feel the energy rising. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, just allow the tissue to soften a little. Making space. We need to have a little gentle challenge on a Monday morning. Make space for the energy to settle in. Yes, nice. Nice, Megan. Nice, Sharon. Beautiful. Good, good. Good, good. No, we're still there. We're still there. We can do this. This is like we have to just be present. We can navigate this. Absolutely, we can. Not with rigidity, with softness. We soften into the current situation. We soften into this posture. We find the softness. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Give yourself a hug. Let's come into just a cat and cow. Yep, in seated. Rounding off the spine. Lifting off the spine. Rounding. That's it. Good. Concaving and rounding. Oh, that was awesome. Brilliant. Good. Let's stay seated. Let's come into a boat pose. Half boat. Yeah, knees together. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders. Good. Breathing. Inner smile, outer smile. The moment we want to leave, we'll just soften a little bit more. And then we're going to cross at the shins. We're going to come into Lalasana. Bring your hands next to your hips. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, down. Let's do that again. Beautiful. So make the spine long. Draw the belly in. Flatten the curve. Yeah, I have to think of different jokes. Inhale here, exhale across. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Third one. If you don't want to hold back, you do your full boat pose. Inhale, smile, out a smile. Enjoying what you're doing. There we go. Inhale here, exhale, crossing. Inhale, lift, exhale, coming out. Beautiful. Let's come into a squat. We could not do any hip opening and then not check in with our squats. Oh, that feels like cookies and cream. Nice. You don't have to stay still. In fact, I'd like us to come into a movement here. Open the ankle joint, the knee joint, the hip joint. If you could do this without, or with just having the support of your fingers, do that. Maybe we can come a little wider. Maybe we can come into a little bit more of an expressive pose where one leg straightens and one leg bends. Maybe you have to turn a different way on your mat. How are we going with this? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Feel into it gently. May have taken you by surprise. Oh, nice one. Good, good, slow. Now the aim is, we could have started here, but the aim is to keep the buttocks as slow. So make this as squat-like, even in the transition as you can. And then just notice, and then if you have the strength and the flexibility there, Ainsley, we're just going to see if we could have fairy fingers or no hands. How does this register here? Going from left to right without the hands. Nice. We couldn't have started class like this, but you build into this really, really nicely. Ooh, well done. And then just choose one side, bring one leg forward and one knee down, and we're just going to go into a very gentle lizard to just complete that sequence here. Lizard, you can bring your forearms onto the floor. Oh, maybe not, maybe just fingertips. Beautiful. So the distance between front leg and back leg, and then coming to the inside of that front foot. Nice. Feeling into it. That's it. Your favorite back bends will come in a moment. Nice. Just soften, surrender. Last exhale here, and then we could just swivel again, like a deep squat, over to the other side, buttocks low. Beautiful. The back knee is coming down. Feeling it. Feel that openness. Feel that space. Yeah. So I want you to have a little bit of softness around the lower back as a result of our practice this morning. Without assuming too much. Beautiful. Feel into it. Yeah, maybe forearms, maybe even the forehead to the floor, just depending on where you're at. I come off so I can see, breathe into it. Allow yourself to feel softening. Feel the sense of softening into your shape. Yeah, and the sense of softening, the ability to soften has stood us in good stead in these challenging times. Yeah, this doesn't mean we're approving of what's going on. We'll just soften into it. Nice, Megan. Beautiful. Good, good. And then slowly draw yourself to a center point where you can sit down, where you can have, we'll do a little legs up the wall. Just a minute. Legs up the imaginary wall. Yeah. Let the hips ground now. Let this be really heavy. Your buttocks, your hips, your sacrum. That is heavy first. And then the shoulders. And then we're going to have some activity in the legs, dorsiflex your feet. Spreading the toes. Bringing the arms to the side. The way we sometimes start class, but the whole back line is pushing against the mat. And yet there is a softening. There is an alive feeling at the backs of the legs, front of the legs, the whole back. Nice. Breathing. Keeping the softness, see if you could rotate your head from left to right. If anything is a little too strong, you can of course bend your knees and bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Otherwise, we're staying in that legs up against the imaginary wall. Viparita Karani. Nice. Drawing the knees to the chest, give yourself a hug. Beautiful. Let's come into fish pose before we come into our yin part of the class. It's still a yin and yang. So pointing the toes, being really Tadasana-like on your mat, pointing the toes. That's it. And then bringing the arms long underneath your back, behind your back. Arms are long. Palms facing down. Let's just do a fish pose. Pointing the toes and then firm your buttocks. You can feel this against your hands. Push into the elbows and then lifting up on one breath. Inhale. Exhale, let the head go back. Maybe let the head go back to the floor, but keeping the chest open. So your shoulder blades move in towards each other and the chest and the sternum opens. Quite a strong back bend. You open and close your mouth if you can. Let me see. Yeah. So you're making the shape of a back bend with your back muscles eventually. That's it, Megan. Let your head go back. If it's too much for you, just come out. Come out at any time. Nice. But feel your sternum, your breastbone lifting. Swan-like. Almost as if, you know, you actually hover just there. Good. And then slowly releasing out. That is brilliant. Excellent. Now, can I assume I would like us to have a bolster or some sort of, you know, a pillow or a support. So we do, if we do have a bolster, what have I got here? Then that's what we're going to put underneath our chest. If not, if I just caught you on the spot, you can just roll up your mat. Maybe you have blankets at home. Something that's a big sausage-like this. And then we're going to go into a back bend. We're going to have the bolster underneath our rib cage. Be prepared to maybe need a sofa cushion or your jumper scrunched up underneath your head. And then the arms are wide or overhead. This is quite a strong position. If the legs can't be straight, bend them. Bring the knees towards each other or come into butterfly legs. Nice. Let me see. Yeah, so wanting a stronger back bend, you're welcome to straighten your legs first if that's in your practice, if that's okay. That's it, Megan. So, yeah. Make do with what you have at home. Otherwise, you could still purchase a bolster. I can leave it on the front bench or something. Nice, that's it, beautiful. Now let's just settle into here. Settle into that supported back bend. Nice. Nice. But I want you to, you don't have to see the screen. I'm just going to talk you through. Yeah, make sure the throat is open, but you don't want to feel an uncomfortable feeling in your neck. Nice. And then I'd like you to, you don't have to see, but bringing the palms of the hands together and then reaching the hands up to the ceiling. You know, like we do Urdhva Hastasana, the first movement in our salutation. And we're feeling the palms of the hands together. See if you could reach back behind you, all the way to the floor. And then strong in your belly, bringing them up to the ceiling and then forwards pointing towards your toes. So I'd like first a little bit of movement, the arms long, palms together like prayer hands, long arms from the floor, overhead, back up towards your thighs or wherever they sort of land. Beautiful. Good. And then notice that I want you to feel, if you could feel your back muscles moving with that against your bolster or your blanket. It's a very subtle, it's a very gentle movement. For those of us with a bit of challenge in the shoulders, to do the best you can. If your arms come apart, allow that to happen. But otherwise, the straighter the arms, the stronger the sensation, and the more you, so moving as if you want to slice, what could you slice? Strawberries. Nice. And for those of you that want a little more, upper arms rolling outwards. So that sense of intensity in your arms. I'm sitting here and doing this. So you would be doing this lying down. And then you feel. Notice sometimes we're so into complicated movements, but feel your back muscles moving. Beautiful. Pause as you need to, but if that's useful to you, let's do a few more, and then we have a pausing, supported back bend. Yeah. So basically also saying, not discounting easeful movement. You know, we can be a little harsh on ourselves sometimes, but oh, I haven't moved all day today, or, you know, I haven't had a yoga practice in 3 days. Next time you're on the floor, this movement, just not discounting. And then just pausing for a moment, and then place your hands wherever you like, where it feels good, maybe overhead, maybe out to the side. And we just have a little snoozle in that yin posture here. That's it. Make sure you're well supported with your head. That's it. I'm just looking in to see where you're at. Nice. Nice. So we will keep that class yang mostly, yin also, yin and yang as we had on a Monday. So a strong back bend. If you haven't got a bolster, you could just have a blanket and roll your mat around that blanket, just something with a little bit of depth. But I also want you to straighten, and not straighten, but open and challenge that throat chakra. So the more open the throat, that's one of the intentions as well. Nice. Good. And just coming into that place where you can be muscularly relaxed deliberately. Just a few more breaths. If you have quite a strong support underneath you, if you're quite in a strong back bend, feeling the sensation in your diaphragm. And particularly as we now start to deepen your breath. If we deepen our breath, that stretch like, that open like sensation is even more strong. I think we'll have to bring a chair down next week and show you what you can do with a chair yoga. It's very efficient. And then we're slowly starting to bend the knees. But I don't want you to come up. So I'm still in that back bend. If you need to see, have a little look. But otherwise, I'm just having both knees bent, both soles of the feet on the floor. And I'm going to straighten my left leg. And I'm going to do what I've done with my arms, with my legs now. In that back bend, dorsiflex, having that left leg straight and just doing a few leg pumps here. So if you don't want to come up and see, the right sole of the foot is on the floor, the foot is close to the buttock, my left leg is solidly straight, a Tadasana leg, and I'm doing a few pumping actions. I'm still in that back bend. Now that could be a challenge. We can still move Mula Bandha. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Nice and slow, as if you really need to push a weight up and down. It's more challenging if the back bend is a little bit more challenging. And then slowly release. So the buttocks are on the floor here. Left leg bent and the right leg, those pumping actions. Good, good. Dissecting the energy. Your upper body is completely relaxed. The shoulders are relaxed. Let me see. So hanging back over that back bend. And the right leg does those. How high can you lift with the buttocks still on the floor? How far away can you bring that right leg? Kicking away with the heel. Yeah, pretending you're lifting your whole family up on that leg. Or your pets. Nice, 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 nice. Beautiful. A few more. In that back bend. If you're not taking that home and go, I'm going to see if I find a few more props. Slowly releasing. Brilliant. Now coming out is your choice. You could just flop backwards, flop forwards, roll to the side. Or come up to seated with your strength in your elbows. Very nice. And then we're going to go into a rebound. And I suggest, if you've never done rebounding on your belly and you don't normally do shavasana on your belly, how about we all come onto our bellies here. Hands to the side and the head turned to one side. Oops, I cannot lie on my microphone. Nice. Oh, just allowing yourself to notice your breath. This is now still a very gentle back bend for the lower back. Rebounding. Just notice where you felt the previous shape. Where was the bolster? Where was that back bend sensation? Where did it go for you? And there was a little bit core strength involved with those leg pumps. Can that be relaxed? Can your belly just drape into the floor? And the breath gives it a beautiful massage. If you're like me, you probably make different food choices in this time of isolation. Some aren't very clever. My food choices, some of them aren't very clever, is what I'm saying. So the digestive system needs all the love it can get. Let's turn the head to the other side. Nice. So when we do Yin and Yang again next Monday, or if you come to the Wednesday class Yin, if you don't have a block, perhaps come prepared with a book. If you don't have a bolster, perhaps find something that could replace the bolster. Nice. And we're just going to come into bringing the chin forward. And then I'd like you to just have your arms casually somewhere. Tuck your tailbone under, and we do some leg pumps here or some swimming. So pointing the toes, and then opposite leg, one leg up, one leg down. But I'd like you to feel this in your buttocks, in your lower back. Nice. I still like you to have the idea of the belly is broad, the chest is broad. So not tensing up the whole body. You can be relaxed and soft in your upper body, and the lower body is working. Pausing that, hands to the chest, coming back into a child's pose. Feel the energy in your lower back. Notice now, notice that broadness. This is perhaps the same sensation as you had when we did the chair pose, when we stuck our buttocks out and we tucked them under. Beautiful. That's very good. That's very good. We're coming into, yeah, we have the time. Coming into pigeon, a relaxed pigeon. So if you don't have props and you don't want props, it's a bit similar to our deer pose before. One leg forward, one leg back, and you just, but we make this yin-like, so you want to surrender and relax. With a bolster, you could have your buttocks, your thighs on the bolster, and then come forward. You could come a little further forward, like this. Or this, for me, this is too easeful. So a relaxed, they call it swan pose, yeah? Even the back leg may be bent. However, we want to feel the sensation in the, well, the buttock and the outer thigh that's at the front. So a yin-like pigeon pose. Yeah. If you don't want to go all the way forward and you've got your sofa close by, you could lean onto the sofa and make it useful to you. The heaviness of your body and gravity already pulls through into that front thigh. Let that happen. Let there be heaviness. Let there be this sensation of grounding down, sinking down, softening. Beautiful. Especially now if there is the tendency to perhaps sit a little more. Nice. Beautiful. Let your belly relax. Just a few more breaths. Be completely, utterly relaxed. Yin wants us to move into the connective tissue. Making space. And the Yin and Yang is not accidentally on a Monday morning. It's like that ultimate idea of making space. There is still joy this week to come. There is new opportunities. There is space for new energies. Our inner and our outer life goes on breath by breath. Beautiful. If it's useful to you, take the next 10 breaths and send them anywhere into your physical body, where you feel there's a bit of unwellness, or perhaps you want to simply intensify the shape. Breathe into where you feel this. So for me, this very strongly the thigh I'm leaning into and that outer buttock. Beautiful. Last exhale here, belly switched on. A few deeper breaths coming out. Either just roll over to the other side or change legs. Mindfully moving. Beautiful. Yeah, swan pose or relaxed pigeon pose. Different to our deer pose. That's it. Ooh, I'll demonstrate with a prop. You know, you make coming forward. Very nice. Let me see. Good. And just taking that's it enough, and taking the responsibility of becoming muscularly relaxed. So it's not another pigeon or another deer. It's just where the sensation would go. Beautiful expressions, everyone. Those of you can see. Nice, nice. So going forward, we're still there. We're still just surrendering into that. Nice, Lisa. Beautiful. Good. Good, Mark. There we go. I can see Rebecca's dog. Beautiful. So the idea of going forward, if you wanted me to see you and to give you some verbal sort of little nudges, then maybe you can find a camera setup where I can see you. And of course, it's your choice. I don't have to see everything. No, beautiful, beautiful. Soften. Now take the next 10 breaths. Where would you like to soften into? Yeah. Beautiful. Soften, softening, softening, softening. Beautiful. And then in a moment's time, we'll just do a little minute of a rebound. Yeah. Then we chanted Om. And then those of you who, you know, if you can't stay for the full 75 minutes, but if you could stay on so I can see for admin purposes who was on, that would be kind. And if you enjoyed the rebound on your belly, do that. It's not our final Shavasana. It's just rebounding after our swan pose, after our relaxing yin-like pigeon. If you've enjoyed that belly idea, come back. Otherwise, a rebound on your back. And then let's just take the awareness into the hips, into the buttocks, into the outer thighs, into where you felt that previous shape. Just notice if you can feel a sense of awareness, a sense of more space. Yeah, let's do that for a few more breaths. I'm coming off my mat. I'm still quite manual here in my approach. I'm just going to write down who joined us this morning. Beautiful. Nice. And then just feeling into the idea of having your whole body filled with energy that comes from the breath. And kudos to you all for navigating a different environment. Yeah. Part of the reason why we actually practice here in the studio together is, of course, to be away for a little from our usual environment. Now we're in our environment and we still have to practice and draw our senses inwards. You're all doing well. That's really super. I have to find another method here. Take a moment to acknowledge really what's going on here. Practicing, finding stillness, finding the center, and yet still being in a group. This is awesome. Who would have thought that you can actually feel the energy, a group energy through a screen? A one-on-one is useful. But oh, hang on, we have a Marie and a Marie. That's interesting. Beautiful. Slowly now. Slowly now, starting to deepen your breath. You just notice how the mind is so willing to raise the head. Just deepen your breath. Just be present to that idea. Nice one. Beautiful. And then just starting to move your body a little. We're going to come up into a seated position in a moment. Just nice and slow. Nice and slow. I can't tell you what to do. If you want to chant an Om with us lying down, that's fine. Otherwise, a seated position to chant an Om, to close the practice before we go on with pranayama and meditation. Nice. So acknowledging that heart mudra, Anjali mudra, hands in prayer in front of the heart. Nice, there's many meanings, but the idea also, the outer influences the inner, and we're all one. So we lift our vibrations with our yoga, our meditation, our pranayama practice that has a ripple effect onwards into the family, into the community, into the collective. Let's exhale, empty the lungs. Inhale. Beautiful, just lowering the head. Very nice. Thank you for your practice this morning. We're going to continue with Kapalbhati, with our shining skull breathing idea. So to lift the energy up, and perhaps if you haven't had much food before, then this might be a good idea to do just before you have breakfast. Now I want to acknowledge everyone. Thank you for practicing. We still keep going here. Kapalbhati, the idea is to draw the belly in on your exhalation and let it come back out on a natural recoil. So exhale, the belly draws in, and inhale, the belly lifts out. Yeah. So forceful exhalation, belly in, gentle, natural inhalation, belly goes out. So it goes like nice. That's it. So pumping actions, yeah, as you can see here, belly goes in, out is just a natural recoil. And then make sure you have a few rounds of breathing where you breathe naturally again. Yeah. So to practice forceful exhalation, I mean, we breathe like this anyway. Exhale, the belly goes in. Inhale is just a recoil. Yeah. Like this. Oh, you can hear my belly making sound. That's it. And if it helps you, you bring your hands on your belly. Otherwise, you release the hand. Or slower. And eventually, you don't have to touch your belly, and it goes like. Let's practice a few more rounds. Just making sure you take a few normal breaths every now and again so you're not getting overwhelmed or dizzy. And this is core strength. This is your pelvic floor that keeps everything steady. And this is your lower belly muscles that work. That's it, Rebecca. That's it. Just having a practice. That's all. Kapalbhati, shining skull. I think I have a video on the YouTube, so I might bring that out. That's it. That's it. It's beautiful. I do this often just before food. It's like, firing up the digestive system. Let me see. Wave a hand if you need assistance and I can take you off the speakers. That's it, few more rounds. Kapalbhati. Shining skull. It brings the energy up. And if you do this, and if you do it a few more rounds and really quite vigorously, you have a sore belly tomorrow. Yeah, let's take the time to do that. This is useful. I mean, what do at home, when we, you know, in our restrictions that we have, how do we bring up the energy? Not always do we have the energy, or the wrist is sore, we can't do the practice. Like, this brings the energy up. Feel for a moment. That's it. There we go. That's beautiful. That's really good. That's it. That's it. Good. And then just take a moment and reflect on that. Reflect on how that felt. Maybe reflect if this is the first time you've done this. Reflect also mentally what came up. It's a bit odd, a bit unusual. Perhaps for some of us, the first time we do this through the screen. Nice. Notice if it's the truth for you. Is it uplifting? Could you feel like, ooh, there is energy lifted? Kapalbhati, shining skull. We naturally just wouldn't do it if we're pregnant, or naturally wouldn't do it if we've just eaten. No one would feel like doing that. Beautiful, beautiful positions. Nice. I want us now to come into a few rounds of longer ujjayi breaths. Also testing the flexibility. It's like, what, 2 pranayams? Where's this going? But I like to finish with something that lifts the energy into the throat. And I'll tell you a reason for it. So ujjayi breath, a softening of sound through the throat. There's a rasping sound. It sounds like the ocean. And someone told me the other day, after practicing, even the pets, the dogs, have settled with the voice and with the breath. You know, your pets, your people that you live with, your children, they feel the energy. So you allow yourself to control, to find that sense of emotional intelligence with your breath, calming the emotions, but also with the throat chakra, being able to express, to voice what you feel. Retreating, taking time out, just needing space, needing food. Beautiful. Nice. And then we're slowly, with the eyes closed, perhaps still making our ways into Shavasana. It's our final resting pose. And Shavasana is a big part of our practice. So even if you have to, at any stage, leave the classes earlier or have a different format to your day than what is offered here, just make sure you have at least a couple of minutes of rest. Lying down, make sure you're comfortable. Now we're lying on our back, feeling all the points of your back that are in touch with the mat. Back of the head, shoulders, your tailbone, heels, perhaps your calves. Perhaps there is a bolster underneath your knees. You feel your bolster. Nice. Perhaps you feel your upper arms, your elbows, your wrists. And again, coming back into that feeling of whole body is being filled with air. And because your whole body is filled with air, your whole body is filled with energy. So if you can feel yourself softening from the top of the head to the tips of the toes. Feeling yourself in that soft environment. Feeling your own energy hovering around you. Like a doona, like a blanket. Like an airbag. Feeling that more and more, becoming aware of your energy field. And how that can be affected by your vibrations, by whether you're in an agitated state or in a calm and relaxed state.
And that energy field can be felt by yourself and those that are close to you, and even through the screen. Eyes soft, jaws soft. Joyfully happy in your soft and supportive energy field. Just a couple more minutes. Enjoy.